Lua is a form of martial art. Now, it developed in a very similar way to karate. So let me tell you about karate a little bit, and then we can show you the similarities that happened here. Karate was a defense system of the peasants of Okinawa. Okay? And because they were not allowed to have weapons when the Japanese ruled the islands. And so they developed a way of using the hands and a way of using farm implements as weapons. Okay? Now, the similarity here was that there was a feudal society backed up by something very close to a state religion. There were numerous religions, but there was one dominant one, okay? And there were all kinds of rules and regulations, and they only had one punishment for breaking any law. That was death. That was it. 5-year-old girl eats the wrong banana, death. They didn't have any mitigating punishments, okay? So it was for a period of time there, ruled by the aristocracy and supported by this priesthood, was a very tough place to live. So there were people, when they broke and because even if you did it inadvertently, you know, even if you did not break a law on purpose, that didn't matter. So what would often happen was these people would go off into the wilderness to live, and they were called basically kolohe. Today the word means rascal, but it's really kind of a bandit. And they would form bands, and sometimes to survive, why they would be bandits almost like they had in the Middle Ages in the forests, because they would wait for travelers and go after the travelers. And they developed their own forms of defense and ways of attacking, because sometimes they would attack chiefs or groups of chiefs or regular warriors, and they would have to either defend or they would have to, you know, go after what they wanted. So they developed over a period of time this system called Lua, which is called the bone-breaking art. But one of the significant things, in fact, they got so good at it, some places there were schools. There was a school on this island at a place called Huna. And the chiefs began to want to send their sons to this school so they could learn the art. But one of the things that I got from a Lua master was that they would recruit new students. You know, once this sort of got organized into a school system like the martial arts of the East, they would recruit their students from the graduates of a hula school. Now, it wasn't anybody just coming off out of the village, let's call it. They would want somebody who had mastered hula. They had to master hula before they would be selected to have the training in Lua. Okay, so that's how they used to do it in the old days. So it started out as almost like a peasant protective organization. And they used the tools too in the Lua. The last man who was the last master, when he died, he split the thing up into gave it to 4 different students. One piece to 4 different students. And one of those pieces had to do with the use of the tools as weapons.